we are celebrating, our sisters or the ministry of dance ministry. They invite us to celebrate the Feast of Tabernacles. That's something really powerful. When you go into this fest, Jude fest, you will find a lot of powerful meanings. And I don't want to just pass this participation as a special in our church. I want to invite you to understand what they just did. And as a preacher, we have the call to find the best way to increase the faith of our people, of our brothers and sisters, to develop their faith, develop their love between each other, or the love to God through our sermons. And I was really waiting to preach. Pastor David, he's in Florida right now. He's trying to make a little more dark. and and he's going with other Brother Dan, Brother Richard, Brother Tom, and I hope they enjoy their time. And right now they are having a service in the place where they are host. And we are praying for them, so don't worry about them. They are having fun. Pray for them so they can have very good fun and they can back home soon and with too much blessings in the very dark skin. With a little warm, this is really cold. And somebody told me last night, Pastor, this is only 10% of the cold that you will experience. So there's the really cold just coming. So I'm excited about that, I'm really excited about the cold season. And, and we are going to begin in our Hispanic services weekly, next week. So this is a challenge. Yes. The next Saturday we are having our Hispanic service at 6 p.m. We're going to watch a movie, and from there we're going to have weekly services. So we are going this is time to start something really good with the Hispanic community in this area. So I'm excited for that. The Feast of Tabernacles. This is something really interesting. We can just learn a lot about the Feast of Tabernacles. And I want to give you some information. Maybe you know it, but it never is bad to know something else or to repeat the information. But the Feast of Tabernacles, they have different names. One of the names is Sukkot, or Feast of the Harvest, or Feast of Cabañas. Okay, I don't have my Spanish help today, so I hope the Spirit of the Lord help you to understand. But this is different name. But the first time when the Bible speak about Sukkot, or Feast of Tabernacles, is in Genesis chapter 33, when Jacob made his own Sukkot. And he called that place Sukkot too. This is a special festival. It's a really big fest in the Jewish culture. They had 8 days to celebrate the provision of God. The harvest is the end of the harvest time. So it's in fall of the time. And the first day and the last day, these are holidays. They make a fasting time, praying time, but this is a celebration. They have to present 70, I don't know how to translate that word in Spanish that I find it, but it's 70 animals they had to kill. And, there's a festival where you can invite all the town, all the people, your neighbors, nobody have to be out of the invitation to this special celebration. But all the Jewish celebration has some feelings, emotions. For example, five days before the Feast of Tabernacle, they celebrate Yom Kippur. And Yom Kippur is a feast, is a special time to pray for salvation. It's not a celebration time. It's a time to repent. It's a time to move the heart to God. It's a time to see God. It's a time with emotions. It's emotion, but this other kind of emotion. But this fest in particular is a fest with celebration. It's a party because it means that God's provide His harvest. So, one other powerful thing that I find about this festival is about that this is the time where the Torah ends. The people read the Torah in that time. They read it for portions. And every portion, every day, means that in the last day of Sukkot, they finish to read the Torah. And they begin or start again to read it, the Torah. That means Simchat Torah. And they start again to read it. And I want to invite you to read with me Deuteronomy. You understand me? Deuteronomy? Good. 16:13. The meaning, the central meaning, the central message of this fest was celebrate the provision of God in the harvest of that season. Even they remember, if you keep reading the Bible, if you read Exodus, they also remember the time when they was in the desert and they have to build temporary camps through the tabernacle, and God's presence always be with them. So this is a special celebration. Okay, let's stop right there. If you ask me, Pastor Christian or preacher, can you explain me in an easy way, what Sukkot mean? I find one verse in the Bible that really explains so easy to me what does Sukkot mean. And I really wanted you to read it. You can forget everything I want to speak next, or I speak just speed. But if you can just remember this verse, you always remember about Sukkot meaning. Psalms 127, verse 1. That's Sukkot mean. Brother Sujer, you are a second preacher today, I see so. Right there.
Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain to build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh, but in vain.
That's Sukkot mean. That's Sukkot mean. Mean that doesn't matter how much you work. If God don't bless your work, nothing happen. You will suffer. If you can just not sleep all night taking care of your house, but if God don't take care of your house, your work is not, doing anywhere. So what the Jewish people try to do with these festivals, try to remember their self, their children, their culture, their generation, that all the harvest that they already got it because God's favor. It because God's power. It because God's provision. So, and that means something good. And I want to put a title to this sermon. And I will put the power of the thankfulness. The power of the thankfulness. There is, maybe today is a very good opportunity to invite you. I don't want to invite you to become a Jew and celebrate Jew fest. It's good. You will be blessed, but I don't invite you to do that. I want to invite you just to understand and learn a lot about it. I just want to invite you to see right now, do something. If you see in your life if your harvest time, or when the provision go to your life, to your family, what do you feel when the provision just came? Well, how do you feel when the harvest is coming to your house? Do you feel worthy? This is a worthy payment for my work. This is a worthy payment for my aptitude or for something. Or you celebrate every single kind of provision that you receive in your life. You make a special, small sukkot in your heart, every provision. And when I say that, what I am asking you this today is because in 2014, where we are living now, I think there is a spirit in our streets, in our countries, in our world. It's a spirit that let the people think that they are worthy of something, that they deserve the provision. There is people that they think that they have what they have because they deserve, because they are worthy to receive it. So, and there is something in the Bible that say in Hebrews 12:28 that reveal us what is happening here. And what I say that this is in their word. They say, wherefore we receive in a kingdom which cannot be moved, let us have grace, in Spanish say thankfulness, whereby we may serve God acceptably with reverence and godly fear. Only that people that had gratitude or thankfulness in their heart can serve others. And right now we are in a generation that they don't like to serve. We love that somebody serve to us. We really feel good that somebody do something for us. When it's time to serve, we are feeling, you know why? Because we are not having thankfulness heart. But we can just say, okay, let's begin to teach our children to say thank you. Or you begin to learn how to say thank you. But there is something that I really find that really blessed me. Maybe last Thursday or Friday morning, maybe Thursday night, I don't remember exactly. When I was translating my sermon, and my sermon in Hebrews 12:28 say thankfulness, and when I went to the English Bible say grace. I say, this, in Spanish and English, this is two words that maybe have the same rule, but they go to different ways. So how you can preach there? So that makes really hard time to prepare my sermon, because when I translate my sermon, I say, okay, the English version says something different. So I go to another English version and say the same. And I go to other Spanish version and say the same. So they reason so, okay, this is something really bad in English and Spanish. How I can put together this? So, and I say, okay, let's go to the Greek. Let's go to the Bible. Let's go to the original language. You know what I find? This is something really powerful. The word thankfulness, the word grace, and the word give is the same word in Greek, in the Bible Greek. You know what's the word? Charis. Oh, I understand something really powerful that moment. I understand that to be thankful is not just a decision. You cannot make the decision, I will be thankful. No. To be thankful is a gift from God. Only the people, only those who receive that gift from God can be thankful. But this is a gift, but this is for some special people? No. This is a gift that you can mix the words. For grace, it's free, it's available, it's right there. Charis, grace, thankfulness, give. Let me tell you something. We are in an ungrateful generation. Our children, at 2014 year, children, they think that they are worthy of everything. Yes. And even Pastor Christian children are in this generation. Even Pastor David Thompson's children. Even your children. And you know why? I find it. I really find it. Because we are ungrateful. We cannot give what we cannot have. And you know, it's maybe something that we need to make a reflection this morning. Because we are in a generation that we think that we are worthy of somebody open the door for me, of somebody teach my children in the church, that somebody sing for me, somebody preach for me, and I had to go to the church, sit in the pew, and just receive. I need to go to the restaurant, and somebody needs to come to my table and ask me what I want to do, I want to eat, and he have to take care of my order, go to the kitchen, and be that somebody's working, and we are thinking that this is the life, and unworthy of those things. And Sukkot make nothing for our generation now. And then when I began to read, to see, to search about Feast of the Tabernacles, I understand a couple things that really changed my mind. Oh, that's just this week. And you know what? There is 10 people, lepers. In Luke chapter 17, there's 10 lepers just waiting for some opportunity to be healed. But you know what? Maybe they tried different things. Nothing happened. But one day, Jesus was walking by their town, by their place. The Bible says in verse 13 to 17 that they just shout, Jesus, heal us. They ask for help to Jesus. And Jesus don't think too much about it. He just say, okay, just go to the priest and just be a witness or testify of what you receive it. The Bible says that in their way to the priest, they receive healing. In the way. And you know what? Only one, Brother Ross, came back to Jesus. Only one. And you know what? Let's read together verse 16. And fell down on his face at his feet, giving him thanks. And he was a Samaritan. That means nothing for somebody else. Oh, but for you and me, means a lot. When the Bible make a special mention of somebody's procedence, it's because they know that they are another one, they know their procedence. That means for me that they have 10 people there, maybe 9 come from the same Jesus culture, same Jesus town, same Jesus language, same Jesus history. They feel part of Jesus in some way. But other one is Samaritan. If you know the Samaritan history, they was Jews too, but they don't have relationship with the Jews because in the past their parents may mix it with different other cultures. So the Jews hate the Samaritans. They never talk together. I don't know how to say when you do this. How you say? The traditions say that every single time that the Jew saw a Samaritan has to spit. Do this. And say, dog. They are dogs. They had to worship in another place. We never meet together. Do you understand now the conversation between the Samaritan lady and Jesus? Why she was really, really scary about Jesus talking to her? Because they are, you know what that means? This man, when he receives his healing, he say, maybe they are worthy. I'm unworthy. Because I'm unworthy, I need to go back and say, thanks. And when he feel that he was unworthy, he go back and say, fell down and say, thanks. Look what Jesus says, verse 17 and 19. Please. And Jesus answered him, whatever, say, were there not 10 cleaned? But where they are? Were there 9? 18. They are not found that returning to give glory to God, save this a stranger. And he said unto him, arise, go thy way, thy faith hath made thee whole. I don't know how to read good, but what I mean is that Jesus said, those people, these 10 people, received the same healing, the same provision, but that one that felt unworthy came to me, but he received something else. He don't receive only physical provision. In that day, he received a spiritual provision. He received emotional provision. He received a very great provision for his whole life. And I want to be respectful to you, and I want to be clear with you. I honor God to bring me here to America. And I feel so honored to God because I love this country. I love this country. I love the opportunity that you have here, the respectful, that everybody say hi in Walmart. You are driving, in some red light stop to you, and somebody is beside you, say hi. In the beginning, say, why he says hi to me? I don't know him. In my culture, nobody say hi to nobody. You know, because he wants something from me. But here you say hi, everybody. You know, I love to say hi. I go in my car saying hi, everybody. Like, hello. That's really funny because when I go back to my country last 2 weeks ago, I was saying bye, everybody. I say, what's wrong with this guy? Oh, I forget it. I am in Ecuador now. Nobody say hi. I love to be here. But the people here think that they are worthy. And you know what? You forget it. That you, with your American citizenship, are still a stranger in this earth. If you're a stranger in this earth, why are you feeling so worthy? The Bible says to this man, only this stranger came back to me. Only this stranger. Maybe we're feeling so comfortable here, that we're feeling that we are home, and no, you are not home. You are in a very nice place. It's a rent place. It's a temporary place. This is not your home. And because we are feeling home, we are feeling that we are worthy. And we are not developed the gift of thankfulness. When this Samaritan guy come back to Jesus, he say, because he was feeling unworthy, he will be blessing with a very great provision. And maybe you here in our culture, American culture here, we had a very physical provision. We had very good houses. We had very good cars. We had very good work. We had very good insurance. We had very good everything. But we are not having a spiritual provision. What about your children? What about the marriage? What about the spirit of the people around us? Why our marriage are broken all the time? Why our children are going to the jail? Why the drugs is falling down our kids? What is happening in our country? Because there is somebody feeling in harm and feeling worthy of what they receive. In the moment when we begin to feel strangers in this earth, And we are not worthy. The only worthy is Jesus. He is worthy of everything. He is worthy of praise. He is worthy of our sing, our worship time. He is worthy. We are not worthy of anything. It's His grace cover us like a blanket. If He take out His grace from our life, oh my goodness, we are lost. We need to feel unworthy sometimes. Because only with the feeling of unworthy, you begin to have a thankfulness heart, a grateful heart. But this is something rude about Sukkot. The Jewish people, they are really smart. Oh, they are really smart. You know what? When they receive their harvest and fall, they prepare this festival. Was not only, listen to me, they was not only just making this celebration of say thank you for this, they are thinking about the next harvest. Because we are only concerning about our last harvest, we are not thinking about next harvest. That's what thankfulness do. When you had a thankfulness heart, when you had a grateful heart, let me tell you something. You are preparing your next harvest. Because when you had a grateful heart, you have the anointing to multiply everything. If you read John 6:11, I preached one day about that. I want to talk about a little bit about that. When Jesus has 10,000, 5,000 men, let's say 10,000 people with women and children, hungry. You know, He sent His disciples to find some food. They find almost nothing. Just one little boy came to Him with 5 breads, loaves, and 2 little fishes. You know, what we think is, okay, Jesus has the power to say, in my name, I say 1, 2, 3, become thousands and thousands of breads, and thousands of fishes. He has the power to do it. He has the ability. He was able to do it. Let's see what Jesus do before to feed the people with 5 pieces of bread and 2 little fishes. Verse 11, and Jesus took the, how you say that? Loaves. And when He had given thanks. Okay. He gave thanks with the thousand of loaves multiply, or with the little one, little provision. He gave thanks with a little. When we begin to understand that we are unworthy, we will begin to give thanks God for the little provision. Then He will take that little provision, He will multiply. You will know that He is your provider. He take this. I want to imagine in that day. You know, if I was there, I was, like oh, Jesus is a little crazy, because you had thousands of people there and say, thank you, God, for this food that we are going to eat, and the people around Him. This is too little. It's the power of a thankful, the power of the thankfulness. When you receive little, when you are struggling, when you are thinking about the end of the morning, I think, I will not do anything. You still have a thankful heart. You are ready to see God's miracles. But we are complaining of what we don't have it. We are complaining. We had a complaining generation, church. I don't know if you will see me after this sermon in the same way, but I really want to be clear. I respect you, and I respect this country. I love this country. I had a little American girl in my house now. But we had a complaining generation. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have this, and I don't have that. What about we have it? Are you saying thanks for what you have it? Maybe the reason because it's not multiply right now is because you are so busy complaining, and God is like, okay, keep complaining, you will keep working with the little. But you stop to complain. Say, Lord, it's little. I don't know how I will make it with this. I don't know, but I really want to honor you. I really want to thank you. Oh, let God show you something really good. So the thankfulness brings multiplication to our life. Jesus really, really, really teach me with his attitudes. In John 11:41, we think, okay, only when you see your freezer or your refrigerator, I don't know how to pronounce that, full of food, and your car full of gas, and your bank with some savings, it's easy to say thank you. But what happened when you lost? The only part, one of the few parts of the Bible when you see Jesus crying, sad, with a sense of loss. Jesus was losing his friend Lazarus. Is it Lazarus? Lazarus. And it's a sad time. And before to make the resurrection, add in Lazarus' life, well, look what 41 say. And when the dust has spoken, he cried. Okay, 41. Yes. Then they took away the stone where the dead has laid, and Jesus lifted up, ate, and said, Father, I thanks that you has heard me. It's interesting how you can say thanks in that kind of moments. But this is a generation that need to understand that you cannot just learn how to say thank you. Because it's easy. Say thank you, say thank you, say thank you. It's easy. It's an easy word. It's maybe the first word that my kids learn. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's easy word. I'm not speaking about the word. I'm speaking about the heart. I'm speaking about the spirit. And 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1 and 2 say, This know also, that in the last days perilous time shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents. And you know what? I'm thankful. We are in the last days, church. I don't want to say that you don't buy your house, your car, prepared, improving in your life, a master degree. You do what you have to do, but anyway, we are in the last days. In the last day, the Bible say that the people become unthankful. Sometimes we need to back to earth again and say, okay, I'm not worthy. It's only His grace. Then I will celebrate Sukkot every single day in my life. I will celebrate the Feast of Tabernacles every day in my work. Every week when I receive my payment. It's little, it's not enough, but it's God's provision. These people was not only celebrating God's provision in the past, they were preparing their heart to the next God's provision, the next harvest. But for me, the more powerful thing is about this Samaritan. When we had a thankful heart, when we teach our children, when we develop this gift in our houses, in our homes, in our life, we are ready to not only receive physical provision, we are ready to receive spiritual provision, emotional provision that is really more important. It's really more important. So, we need to celebrate today God's provision. We need to celebrate together today that God gave us what we needed. Sometimes it's a lot, sometimes it's little, sometimes it's... But our thankful heart have to be ready to celebrate anywhere. I want to invite Jeremy, please. I want to invite you to stand up this morning. You know, this reflection maybe is not too large. Not so, I don't take a long time. I do my best to put together in these minutes, because I want to invite you to think about your lifestyle. When you go back home, when you go to a restaurant, when you come to the church, if we keep feeling worthy, you are losing the opportunity to be really provide, to receive the very greatest provision that you never received before. So it's time to feel unworthy a little bit. It's time to feel that, okay, I'm not worthy. It's just God's mercy. It's just God's love. It's just God's grace. And that is really powerful for me. Charis. Charis. It's a gift from God. It's not a decision to say, okay, from now I will be thankful. No, it's something that you have to seek with your heart. It's something that you really need to ask God to do in your life. God, let me take this gift. The gift to be thankful. And let me develop the gift. That anything I hear, that any opportunity that I be in the church, any time I go to a restaurant, anything that I'm talking with my children, let me be thankful. Let our children know, not because we speak, because they see in our life that we are a thankful generation. So, one day my mom gave me a very good lesson. Just give me 2 or 3 minutes, please. I don't have brothers and sisters. So I never had to share nothing in my life. I have my own room. I have my own bed, And I love to eat apples. I love the apples. And when I went to I might go to the market and buy apples, and I go to take my apples, and say, no. Come here. She take the apple, always. She cough in the middle, say, eat it. I say, what? I don't have nobody else with me. Why I cannot eat my one apple for me? I say, no. You go, eat that middle, that half. When you eat it and you finish, you say, thank you, I will give you the other one. Wow. But she was thinking not only in that. She was thinking also in those days that she don't have the money to buy many apples, and they have maybe 3 for the week, and she need to cough for a meal for every day. But I don't learn that maybe. But how I learned to say thank you. To appreciate every single half of apple that she gave me, even if I have nobody else to share. When I get married, and it's really hard to share. Because you never learn, how to be a husband. You learn in the battle. But every single time when we had discussion or maybe disagreement, I go back to that apple lesson. So be grateful. The grateful heart brings you provision, not only physical, not only economical, spiritual, emotional. Will give you better marriage, better children, better ministries, better business. Everything starts right here in the heart. So let's pray this morning and let's ask God. He gave us the opportunity to receive that amazing gift that is the thankful heart.